Iranian government led by President Masoud Pezeshkian has denied media reports that indicated that he has supplied ballistic missiles to Russia led by President Vladimir Putin in a continuous war against Ukraine, just as the United States of America, USA led by President Joe Biden has warned that if Iran supplies such weapons to Moscow, it will amount to a full-scale escalation of the war against Ukraine. According to the Tasnim news agency, Russian Security Council Secretary Sergei Shoigu had met with the new Iranian president, Masoud Pezeshkian, in Tehran in early August to discuss bilateral relations. It was gathered that during their discussion, Pezeshkian emphasized the need to expedite the implementation of agreements between the two nations. He highlighted Russia and Iran's shared stance on promoting a multipolar world, asserting that this collaboration would enhance global stability. Pezeshkian also underscored Russia's enduring support of Iran during challenging times and reiterated that developing relations with Moscow remains a priority for Tehran. Reacting to media reports of Iran's transfer of ballistic missiles to Russia on Friday, USA said that such act constitutes a dramatic escalation in Tehran's support for Moscow's full-scale war against Ukraine, according to the White House National Security Council spokesperson, Sean Sabet. The Wall Street Journal, WSJ, had reported on Friday that Iran has sent an unspecified number of short-range ballistic missiles to Russia. More media reported that Iran delivers close-range ballistic missiles to Russia as Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, calls for air defense support from partner nations. Some media reported that Iran sent a couple of hundred ballistic missiles to Russia with a range of around 800 kilometers, 500 miles, from point of trigger to target destination. According to media reports on Friday, which cited diplomats as saying that they believe Tehran will keep up the flow of weapons to Moscow in a bid to help its war in Ukraine, USA announced more aid for Ukraine at critical moment in war with Russia, but Zelensky says more is still needed. Any Iranian transfer of ballistic missiles to Russia would mark a sharp escalation in the Ukraine war. We have been warning of the deepening security partnership between Russia and Iran since the outset of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine and are alarmed by these reports. Any transfer of Iranian ballistic missiles to Russia would represent a dramatic escalation in Iran's support for Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine, Washington said on Friday night. He did not confirm whether the U.S. had verified that any such transfer had taken place, although reporting in the Wall Street Journal on Friday cited senior officials as saying that Iranian missiles had now been delivered to Moscow's forces. Reports from August suggested that Russia was expecting the imminent delivery of hundreds of FAT-360 close-range ballistic missiles from Tehran, and that Russian military personnel were being trained inside Iran on how to use them. Iran's UN delegation said on Friday that Iran considers the provision of military assistance to the parties engaged in the conflict, which leads to increased human casualties, destruction of infrastructure, and a distancing from ceasefire negotiations, to be inhumane. Thus, not only does Iran abstain from engaging in such actions itself, but it also calls upon other countries to cease the supply of weapons to the sides involved in the conflict.
OsazuwaAkonedo, bringing you the news in a more digital way.